And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, our second half hour. At some point in relationships, people have to make a defining decision about who comes first in their life. Is it their parents, or their children, or their significant other? Our panelists are here to talk about it tonight here on The Factor. Joining me now, Tony Smith, Demetrius Walker, and Trinity I'm going to call you Trinity Thigh. You accused me, Trinity Tran. Glad to have you all here. So when it comes to the family structure, guys, who is first on the list for you? Let's start with you.
Okay, so if you're married, biblically, I'm just saying, because everybody's, thoughts and views are completely different. So it's really supposed to be your spouse, your kids, and your parents. Now, if you have a significant other, then it's a little different. My daughter is not going anywhere, so my daughter is first, and then who's in my life, because she's not going anywhere. Men, women come and go. Relationships end, and so it's my daughter at that point.
And that could also be true for husband and wife.
Of course.
They come and they go.
They come and they go. Divorce
so ultimately,
is true.
would children be number one?
Well, that's another way of looking at it. My daughter's number one anyway. So it doesn't.
Except you say you ain't gonna leave her nothing. I remember
whoa, that was another show, okay? She has her money, but she's in the will, and hey, there's a life insurance policy. If you're listening, sugar.
Demetrius, what do you say to this?
Well, I'll say this. I'll preface it with this. I work very hard for my son. I'm a full-time dad. The whole reason behind me starting my business was because of my son. I give him everything that I can. I give him all my energy. But, when I get those 2 free weekends off a month, it's Team FTK.
I was like, FT. Oh, okay.
Isaiah will say it because he curses all the time. It's them kids.
Oh my God, we can't say that.
Oh, I mean, freak. Okay, whatever.
Forget
those kids.
Forget.
We apologize. So, Miss Thigh, Trinity, what would be your position on this?
I love you, Lila. But it's me first, and I'm going to say why. Me first because, you have to be able to pour into yourself before you can pour into anybody else. So it's me, my child, or my kids, and then, my husband, and then my parents, they're kind of like, got everything together already, so they're kind of like, we more so want you to be taking care of your own family type stuff. So it's me
do you
first.
think your husband realizes he's number 2 on your list? Well, number 3 after you, your child, and then him.
Girl.
Look, he's at home right now sitting there just like, it's cool, babe. I already know. So.
And I guess those are things that you discuss too. You have to be aligned, you know what I mean, and think alike and be in that same zone. So.
Is that a list that you guys would reveal to your significant other, that being your husband, your wife, or your partner?
I think, what's that thing when they're like, when you cook, who do you serve first? Well, first, of course, I serve my kids first. And then I serve my husband.
Wait a minute.
And then you have people that serve
the husband first.
I
and then
disagree with that.
Kids. Let me hear what you got to say.
You can't serve the kids before the husband.
See, I would serve the husband first, and then the kids.
Most of the time,
second.
the husband gonna be doing
out there working,
right, doing some other stuff.
So they
the kids
deserve
hungry
to eat
now,
first. Yeah.
or like they just sitting around watching TV.
So just pretend you have that Walton's type structure at your house, and everyone's sitting at the dinner table, and it's time to give out the meals.
The food is right in the middle. Everybody gonna reach, and we gonna say our grace. We gonna say our grace first.
In my house, it would be the husband, the kids, and then I always make my plate last. Yeah.
See, look, as hard as I work,
It just depends. Who's hungry first, the husband or the kids?
The husband's out there working, working hard, and he putting the food on the table, so the husband eats first.
And his joy is to watch his wife and his kids eat.
This was out of control.
I'm paying.
He disagrees. He's the only guy on the panel, so.
I need the big piece of vegan chicken. As hard as I'm paying the bills, I'm paying for the lights to be on.
We're not talking about who gets more food. It's
that
just,
means the big piece of lion's
whatever.
mane.
Yeah.
I need my big piece of vegan chicken first.
Do you think those who are on that list would be surprised by your individual choices on where they stand? We heard from you, and You said your husband's at home like, yeah, baby, I know I'm number 3.
No, you know, it's you know, preference, and I think we all live very different lives,
yeah.
and all of our opinion is really going to the same thing. Is like, at the end of the day, we really know, you know, of course the husband is top priority, but of course if you're with the right person, they're gonna know, like, okay, take care of the kids first,
yeah.
you know, and I'm good, I know you got me whenever, you know. So it's not a debate, really.
It would be a surprise
Right.
for me because I'm a giver, and so people that know me know that
everybody's gonna be
my
taken care of.
personality, yeah.
See,
It's them first and then me last.
I think you got to be a team against these kids. These kids is bad as hell out here, man. You know, and they will drain the life out of you. They're extra sensitive these days. You got to team up against these kids these days, man. They terrible.
All right, thank you guys for joining us. Still ahead tonight.